Still in that finale quick vibe, the top 6 finalists of the Bbnaija Shine Your Eye House have put their best foot forward. Pepsi and Sergeant Olori will be chatting with another finalist today. She made the word period a buzzword all through the season of Bbnaija, but there's more to her than meets the eye. She's a businesswoman who also champions a social cause. Please make welcome the top 6 finalists and the 21st evicted housemate of the Bbnaija Shine Your Eye House, Angel.
That's me. I know that's right.
Angelic Angel.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Stressed, but getting used to all of this.
All of this.
Yeah.
You actually signed up for this, do you?
Yeah, I did. I definitely.
All right.
I signed up for it.
All right then. So you've had a few standout moments on the show this season, and one of it being your fight with Sammie in the house. So what was going through your mind at the time of the fight? And of course, we saw that it was all settled down about. What was going through your mind during that period?
What was going through my mind at that point in time was the slut shaming for me. And it was like I was trying to convince a rock that what he was doing was wrong. I'm like, you're slut shaming me? He's like, what do you think they slut shaming me? Then in the same sentence, he goes, and if you go f*** but everybody. So what was going through my mind then was I was just shook, I won't lie, because it's like this was someone that I was close to, and he knew that I was beyond like my physical representation of myself, but it felt like the moment we had an opportunity, that was like the next thing that he fell back on. So I mean, yeah, mostly just shock. I was like, okay, wow. Calling me surprised. That was mostly my reaction.
Awesome. So did you feel betrayed by Tega when Boma came to attack you about the things you may or maybe you said in the house about the situationship with him?
No, I did not feel betrayed by Tega. Mostly because I know I'll not talk anything. I was late in that conversation. It was Queen and her having that conversation, and I was bored. I wasn't really talking at that moment in the house. So I just pull my chair and I join in, I tip in my little 1-2 bits. So no, I didn't feel betrayed by her. I was just like, okay, because most of it was a lie. And thank God I came online and I found out that people knew. So no, I didn't feel betrayed by that. If anything, I was just like, okay, let's keep it pushing.
Awesome. So he actually didn't, he didn't have any issues, kissing all the guys in the house. So the points where you mentioned Boma was the worst.
Yes.
So what was the best kiss that you had in the house?
It was Saga. And he was my first kiss as well. But like, wait, do you mean who's the better kisser? Because those are two different questions.
Okay, two different questions.
Exactly. Do you mean who's the better kisser?
Who's the better kisser and which one was the best?
Better kisser, Saga, best cross.
Ooh. And again, during the house, of course, I think towards the end of the show,
all right,
we also noticed that you and Cross were actually closer. You guys had like intimate moments in the house. But now that you guys are out of the house, should we be expecting anything afterwards?
All I have to say, shine your eye. It might happen. It might happen. It might not happen.
Don't do this to us.
Shine your eyes. We've not seen that song for nothing. So, I mean, the table is open forever.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So, sipping your Pepsi while relaxing is something we totally recommend. So, keep sipping, and we'll be right back with more fun moments with Angel. Period.
We hope your shit.
All right. You already grabbed the bottle before me, so cheers to your wins and also to your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I know that's right.
All right. So, Angel, can you tell us one fight you had on the show that you wish you could take back?
None.
With all the fights that happened in the house,
all of it, I did with my chest, and I will not take anything back. Period.
Because I actually like the fact that you defended yourself all the time when anybody came at you.
Yeah.
And looking at the fact that most of them were riding on the fact that you were the youngest. Also one of the youngest in the house.
Yeah, second youngest.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and I felt, okay, Angel defending herself, people coming at her, and you will always stand your ground, all the time. And also, I mean, kudos to you, girl.
You know the vibes. It's a hot girl thing.
You stood your ground all through.
I should.
In the house. So let's talk about Cross. You and Cross have this on and off relationship. So what's the real deal between both of you? And is there any chance that there will be something between both of you in the future?
Interesting question, Olori.
Thank you, Angel.
Let me think about it.
Don't think about it. You told us to shine our high. What's up? Already.
Okay, so Chris and I are friends. Everybody's like, "How yeah, we had a connection and an understanding because, like I said, I think he's genuinely like the male version of me. I think we represent each other's energies.
True.
So, yeah, it was off and on because I didn't want to get attached. I think everybody in the house knew that I had attachment issues. I didn't really like attaching myself to people for different reasons. I mean, we're in the house playing a game and, it could all be a strategy. So I was being careful as well.
You're catching cruise.
I was catching my cruise because that's why I entered the house. But with Cross, it wasn't like that. It was genuine on my part. So, will something happen in the future?
You should watch out.
Yeah.
I just helped you with that one. You should tell us what should happen.
Yeah, so everybody should just watch out, to watch the space, and if it happens, it happens. So the crush just shippers, don't worry, we are coming. So relax.
We should relax. Okay, no problem. So I also noticed that there was a period where you had resigned to faith that you would never win anything in the arena, game house. And you literally went on a winning spree the next week. So what do you think was responsible for the second wind of energy?
I won't lie, there were periods of time in the house where I just stay and be by myself. And whenever I choose to be by myself, I just go and start having different thoughts. So one day, I lay down on the bed. I was not thinking about this time that we had that horrible task that Big Brother gave us that was nasty. We had to drink nasty things, and it was. And I remember Boma telling me that he told Big Brother that he was surprised that I finished. That even Angel said, "Can you believe she finished?" I sat there and I laughed it off. And I stayed on my bed one day. I can't think. I say, "Kai Smith, don't worry, it will show them Pere." So for most. The thing is, I let my self-doubt get to me a lot. Before I do something, I'm like, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I'm strong enough. So the week where I went on a winning spree, I was just like, you know what? We're going to do this. And the least you can do is put your efforts. And I think I didn't want to invest my all because, like I said, before coming into the house, I was scared of failure. So I didn't want to invest my all into something and then it wouldn't turn out like the way that I wanted it to be. But this time I was just like, you know what? You lose some, you win some. And I was so surprised that I won. And I think the best one for me was for Saga because I did the screenplay for that and we won. And I was like, boom. Angel, you sabi work, and that was it. Yeah, it was mostly me just validating myself and being like, because you think you can't do it doesn't mean you can't do it. So I just went for it. I encouraged.
So I actually remember the first night the female housemates got into the house, and when you shared your story, you shot all the housemates at that time because nobody knew who was who. Yeah. So it was still good vibes until the show started. But you shared your story and it was quite emotional.
Yeah.
And the viewers actually got into the whole emotions. Even housemates got into the emotion. And we saw that Irene was that one person who walked up to you first
to talk
to you, all the time. Like even she even defended you at one point when you had a fight with Pere in the house. So can you just quickly tell us what went through, what you were thinking about at that time, sharing your story with people you met the first night, and then again also looking back to say, I am in this house. This is not the Angel everybody knew at that time. This is a new Angel. So can you just tell us?
I think I'm not going to lie to you when I say that I don't know what prompted me to share my story, a detailed story at that. I do not know how to be vulnerable, especially not to strangers. But I entered the space And I feel for me, it was like, okay, new beginning, Angel, let's try different things. And I see that everybody's telling this story. I'm just like, oh, all right, you know what, let me just. And I think it was easier for me because I unlearned shame a long time ago, especially with all the traumatic things that I went through. It was a period in time where I was ashamed of those experiences because, you know, there's victim blaming, there's different things that make you not want to share your story. But coming to the house, it's like, that was a new beginning for me, and I was eager to, you know, just go and do my thing. So I'm just like, yeah, there's no fear in that. And I did it, and eventually it became easier to just talk and express how I felt. So yeah, it just came from a place of new beginnings, Angel. So whatever was your past life, just drop it there and, you know, do something.
Awesome. So, because I noticed, of course, when we had Ari, I spoke to Ari and I told her, I see you a girl's girl. Because you stood up for Angel in the house, you even stood up for other, you know, people in the house, and also your relationship with Ari. Are we going to see more of it outside the house now that you bought a house? Yeah,
definitely. When Big Brother asked me why I said it was Ari. I couldn't believe that I said something. That was my story the first night. I walked out. I didn't know anybody. I just walked because I wanted to cry. Went, sat in the blue room, and Ari came. To me. I was like, are you okay? And I was telling her, and I started crying, and she was like, it's okay, and she starts crying, and I'm like, what? So definitely I'm tuned in on that friendship. I'm a girl's girl as well. I love women. So it's like, yeah, I'm tuned in on that. I want to be friends with her. I want to, you know, travel, do business with her, just, you know, positive vibes.
Awesome.
None of that, oh, women are always fake to each other vibes. No, like I genuinely want to pursue a friendship with her.
All right, so during your exit interview with Ebuka, you talked about your course, the course you want to champion.
Yeah.
Now that you're out of there. So can you just, you know, tell us a little bit about it and then other projects that you
potentially I have it's basically mental health inclined. So I don't think we have enough of that conversation in the society that we are in. There's a lot of stigma attached to it. There's a lot of things people have to learn. There's so many things people aren't even aware of. There's so many mental illnesses, if not all, that can be cured. I don't think a lot of people know that. So it's like, when people get anxiety, when people are depressed, they don't want to talk about that. And to be honest, mental health is very expensive. Therapy is expensive. Your drugs are expensive. So I'm basically looking to channel a blog where, you know, I make people feel safe to share those things. You don't have to be in my comments sharing those things, but if it's anything that deep, I know what I went through. I didn't have anybody, so I want to kind of give people the comfort that I didn't get. So can come in my comments. I mean, I'm in the public eye now, so it's probably going to take me a while to reply, but it's like, this is a community where you might even see people who are brave enough to share their story. That will prompt you to share yours. I want to start a mental health charity thing because, like I said, mental health is really, really expensive. So it's basically me finding people that need help and giving them the help they need, sponsoring that. And then there's my organization for women, young women, because like I said, there's so many things that I went through as a young woman. I didn't have a support system, and I had to basically hustle my way around things, and there's so many experiences that I went through I shouldn't have gone through. And there's kind of a type of stigma attached to a lot of situations around women. There's sexual assault, there's rape. So those are basically the I want to delve into mentally. But I mean, the other things, I think all in all, I'm going into everything. There's film school is in the works for me. Hallelujah. There's my salon and spa, businesswoman vibes. Yeah. There's my real estate thing that I'm hoping to delve into as well. So, you know, and my book launch as well. I'm looking to write a book. So yeah, it's plenty of things, and working with brands as well, because I mean, money has to come. So ego. So yeah.
All right. So you put up a violent fight against Pere when both of you were in the white room for a spot in the finale. So how did you manage to find the strength to pull through?
I think I didn't really. First of all, me and Pere are very conflicting. So, but I think as a human being, when you're in certain situations, if you find like in that situation, it doesn't matter who the person is, you just kind of need someone to, you know, talk to, and just know that somebody has your back. So I won't lie, Pere was a support system in that room because left to me, I'm not gonna lie. I had seen the structure of the room. I'm very claustrophobic. That room was small, no window. And the white, Olori, you want to sleep. It's just, so I was anxious, and I had already said previously that I have like an anxiety thing. So it got to a point where the room was closing in on me. And I told Pere point blank, I was like, Pere, if you take the top 5, but if this green light does not come on, just know that me, I don't quit. Take on, don't worry, I go else. So definitely Pere was like a support system telling me, don't worry, Angel, you can do it. And when the time came, all the initial fear that I was feeling just disappeared. So now it was a matter of survival. Like, Angel, even if you don't make it to top 5, just do what you have to do. Because I looked at those trucks and said, hi, big brother. Me, mechanical engineer. I was screwing. I don't even know where the strength came from. But yeah, the first instinct in a human being is survival. You want to survive. So it was basically me just being like, you know what? Well, let me just do it, and try my best. I mean, if I don't make it to top 5, then that's fine. 9th week is not easy.
Exactly.
In Big Brother's house.
Exactly. You actually pulled through, and you actually you finished the task in the house. Awesome. Alright, so as you enjoy the refreshment that Pepsi brings, check out more Bbnaija Season 6 showing your high content by liking and also following all our social media platforms listed below. So there you have it, guys. You have just heard from the real hot girl, with the queen vibe. That's right. But before we go, we would like her to say a few words to your archangels.
Alright. Malians.
Are they Malians? I thought they were archangels.
Archangels. I mean, I've been saying it since I got out of the house that I am overwhelmed by the love. Like, it's the love that's overwhelming me because I won't lie, I barely see his comments, which is surprising. I had already said in the house that I know that I'm going to be very controversial. But I came to my Twitter and it's like, I have like 100 tweets, and out of those 100 tweets, like 95 are positive, and I see 5 that are negative. And those 5, once one of my archangels just comes, they don't delete them. So we stay strong, we gallant die. So it's like refresh, boost. So it's thank you for the work. I love you guys. I can't wait to meet you all after all of this. And yeah, thank you for seeing me and validating me. And I know that I put you guys through a lot, so then gonna die, but you guys were strong with your notice. So thank you so much for the work. It's going to be long still. It's basically me just saying, we're strong, we can do this, and real hot girl shit. Period. Awesome.
Period. Alright guys, so you heard it here first from myself, Sergeant Olori, and Pepsi. We say goodbye and we'll see you next time. Au revoir.
Bye.